Hi again guys, and welcome to episode 4 of D.A.R.C, or Does Anyone Really Care? The series where I'm hand-picking certain cars from Gran Turismo 6 that most people either forget, didn't know they were in the game, never bothered to look in the dealership, or just have in their garage and never use. So as you can see, this episode features the original 1982 Audi Quattro. This was the car that really put Audi on the map, completely dominated rally racing. But for the most part, I hardly ever see anyone using this car on Gran Turismo 6. Now, personally, I'm not going to say that I use this car all that often, because I don't. I haven't really used this car that much on any of the Gran Turismo games that it was featured on. And I've actually heard quite a few people say that they think that this is a particularly bad handling car. It's a bit twitchy, a bit unpredictable, but I just don't find it to be like that. I actually think it's got great handling. The handling is exactly the opposite to what I've heard people say. It's very reliable, it has tons of grip, you can throw it around corners far quicker than, say, an Evo or a Scoob. It's not quite as quick, or it doesn't feel quite as quick in a straight line as a Delta. I'm not sure if it is or not, but it doesn't feel as quick as a Delta, which is arguably its main rival. But, I mean, this lap that you're watching here is the first time I've ever driven this Quattro on this track, and it handled beautifully. Tons of grip, like I said, the brakes are brilliant. The only downside to this particular Quattro is its straight line performance. It's not particularly quick. Top speed is around the 170, 180 region, probably a bit more if you tuned it for top speed. I only use it as a track car, so I haven't really developed the top speed potential that much. The acceleration is okay, it's not that great. Power-wise, you're looking at about 430 horsepower fully tuned, so again, it's okay, but not quite as good as, say, a Delta or an Evo. In terms of PP, I'm running 520 PP on this particular model. Obviously, you could run less. I've got a feeling this car would probably be more competitive in a lower PP, maybe 450 would be better, I think, for this kind of car, because in that PP level, the speed wouldn't drop that much from what it can already do here, but it would retain that great grip and great handling. So overall, I think this is a great car. In real life, I'm a big fan of the Audi Quattro, but on the game, it just, I don't know, it's not the most exciting of cars to drive. It's very clinical, very German. It kind of does the job without much fuss. But yeah, it's definitely a great car. Great brakes, great grip, straight line performance is okay, and it's very, very easy to drive. The weight balancing feels perfect. Obviously, it's a lot longer, the wheelbase, than a Delta, but you really don't notice that at all. It's very nimble. I'm not sure what this car's capable of in terms of pure lap times, because I haven't really tested it in that way, but it certainly feels great on this track. I've also driven it on the Nürburgring Ring, it feels great there, and on Sierra. I've actually done the most miles with this car on Sierra, and it's brilliant on that track. I can't remember, unfortunately, what lap time I got, but I'm pretty sure it was around the 8, something like 8 or 8.5 minute region, which is just as good as any other car in that region. It's as good as, say, the Daihatsu Storia, which I did in another one of these videos. And overall, it's just a great little car, really, and severely underappreciated, or from what I've seen, seems to be underappreciated for the most part. So feel free to tell me in the comments that I'm wrong, that you use this car all the time and that you see loads of people using it. I'm not saying that nobody ever uses it, obviously, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone use this car online. I know I've never used it in racing, I've used it in cruises, but never in actual races. So I'm not sure how competitive it is, either in terms of, as I already said, lap times or races, but it makes a great cruise car, makes a great track day car for tracks such as Sierra, and overall it's just a really nice car to drive. So would I recommend you try it out? Of course I would. So that's about it, really. So as always, thanks for watching.